today's video we are going to be reviewing game week 20 of the Premier League season. So the game week has ended and it was a really good one, I must say. A lot of big results, couple shocks, and some big results in terms of a title race, top 4 and relegation and all of that stuff. So we've got a lot to discuss. As always, let me know your thoughts on any of the games we talk about in this one, and yeah, let's just go ahead and get straight into it. So, this was the first game. Tottenham 1, Newcastle United 2. Got some Dominic Solanke, Anthony Gordon and Alexander Isak. So, Newcastle win yet again. I think this might be their sixth. I think it might be their sixth win in a row. I mean, they've definitely won their last 5 games. They are on a tear. Meanwhile, Spurs cannot buy a win. Oh, look at that. Their last win coming in the Carabao Cup. I believe that is now 10 losses in the Premier League this season in 20 games. They've lost half of their games this season, which is mad. Absolutely crazy. Now, this game was marred with a bunch of controversy. Honestly, there was so many stuff that I'm going to try and do my best to keep up with it, but sort of Gordon goal, first of all, people felt it was a handball by Joel Linton. It was definitely a handball, there's no debate about that. It's just whether, that was sort of further along enough in the play. By my understanding, I thought that's a handball. I thought if there's a handball in the build-up of a goal, it's like that, where it's pretty much, he wins the ball, plays it, and then bang, they're in. I thought that should be disallowed. But, yeah, I don't really know. Personally, I do think it should have been disallowed. Because he has basically won the ball back by using his hands. And that's in the build-up of play. I don't think it was further enough for them to sort of disregard it. So, yeah, Spurs can be aggrieved by that. Then they can also be aggrieved as well by Dan Burn, who definitely should have got a second yellow in my opinion for another handball. I mean, he's gone into a challenge with his both hands out by his side. Like, what? Who does that? Like, that's just not a natural position, is it? So, it's in his hands. So yeah, there's that. Gordon could have also got a penalty if Kulusevski sort of like hit him shoulder to face. It looked like a painful one, but I don't think it was a pen, just about. As we'll come on to, I think there was probably more in that than another penalty. Anyway, so bearing all of that in mind, yes, Spurs can feel very angry that they didn't come away with anything here, because the referee was a little bit against them in this one. But that being said, it was a similar story in terms of the actual 90 minutes of play as one of those where, okay, if a ref is against you, the ref's not giving you decisions, you just gotta get on with it, and you can be angry about the decisions, but you can't necessarily blame everything on why they lost this game on the referee, because Newcastle were the better team in this one. Again, same story where Spurs had some decent chances, did not take them, really poor in the final third, and then, Newcastle counter-attacked them really well. Really well. I mean, the midfield in particular were just absolutely running this midfield, this Spurs midfield ragged. Poor defending for the summer goals. I mean, I think it's, the Isak goal. Yes, Isak goal in particular. I mean, I was watching it live, and I see Isak's at the butt post. I was like, Isak's at the butt post. Unmarked Boris there, not marked him. Okay, Boris got someone behind him. Dragason's there, not marked him. Dragason doesn't look over his shoulder not once to check that Isak's behind him, and then doesn't clear his line. Isn't alert enough. Porro again, not telling Dragason, check your shoulder. Really poor defending. Again, as it has been all season from Spurs, and undone by Newcastle. pick up another victory. It was nice to see Sven Botman back as well from injury, which was really cool to see. Yeah, I mean, shout out to this guy Brandon Austin, came in for Fraser Forster, who, I mean, about time he's gone. Did he get injured or something? Because he also wasn't on the bench. But I mean, about time that guy was gone. Brandon Austin was much better than anything Fraser Forster has done. And again, look, I know the injuries are really, really bad. Like, this bench is absolutely horrific, but still, you know, you've got to try and make do. You've got to try and put in the best you can, and it's a results-based business, and frankly, results have not been good enough for Spurs, and Ange is under some serious pressure right now. I think if they get knocked out in the Carabao Cup, or even if they have a really bad first leg versus Liverpool, he's probably going to go, because the cup competitions is really the only saviour of his season right now, as their season is quickly falling apart. But Newcastle, another win, and they're back into serious contention now for the top four. Serious contention. Okay, next up we have Bournemouth 1, Everton 0. Goal from David Brooks in this one. I mean, what a goal it was, by the way. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I mean, it was something. Dean Hudson lumps it forward as Semenyo flicks it on. Kirkes, absolutely exquisite cross. And then David Brooks, I mean, it's an unreal finish, sort of like jumping in the air. Yeah, it was pretty cool to see. Definitely check it out if you haven't. It was a nice goal. But yeah, David Brooks coming off the bench. Bournemouth, I will say, you know, off the bench they have some really good attacking depth. This season, I think a couple of their players have made some real impacts off the bench. David Brooks coming off the bench scoring. He did that, I think, Southampton. He did that against another team at home as well. Enes Unal again has had some moments off the bench. Adara, when he comes off the bench, has had an impact. So yeah, they have some real good attacking depth, Bournemouth. They were by far and away the better team in this one, completely dominated and deserved their victory here. I mean, look at this. 19 shots, 8 on target, 5 big chances. But they just could not find the back of the net. But they kept pushing, credit to them, and then eventually got it fairly late on in the game as well, as they always seem to do. And Bournemouth, another victory for them. Keep marching on and on. Another clean sheet as well, which is nice for them at the back. Hudson and Zabanya have been absolutely superb together at the back. So yeah, really well done to Bournemouth. But Everton, oh my days, I mean, wow. Everton might be one of the most depressing things being an Everton fan right now. Like, at least with, we get onto like teams like Southampton, even though they get battered every week, at least their games are semi-entertaining, right? But I mean, Everton, jeez, these guys are the most boring team out there. Look at this, just 9 shots, 0 shots on target the entire game. They're just super defensive. I mean, look at the goals. I don't think I've seen a more toothless side in years. Let's go through. So 1, 2, they scored here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 games. 8 games in what, like the last 10 Premier League games, they haven't scored a single goal in. Like, that is just so bad. Their attack is woeful. It's absolutely woeful. I know people make out, you know, like the striker situation. Obviously, their strikers aren't great, but still, it's more for these guys. Like, Iliman and Dye, credit to him, he's really the only one trying. Lindstrom came in, didn't do anything. Decore is not really a creator. The midfield's not really creating anything. Yeah, it's just so dull, so boring, and, you know, when their defence is good, but they can't just keep relying on their defence to bail them out. At some point, they need to actually score some goals, and yeah, I think they need to go in the window and try and buy somebody who can actually attack and create some chances. Otherwise, Everton, unless their defence is, you know, prime, like Inter Milan, Jose Mourinho, they are kind of in danger of potentially potentially going down here because they're just not scoring enough goals. They're not scoring enough goals. Aston Villa 2, Leicester City 1. Goals from Ross Barkley, Leon Bailey and Steffi Mavididi. Aston Villa coming out on top in this one, a deserved victory. They had to, dig in, but they managed to get the job done. As I said, they were the better side in this one. 13 shots, 5 shots on target and 3 big chances. But credit to Leicester. Leicester actually made, Villa work really, really hard for it. And I will say Leicester's performances recently have been really, really good, promising, and against some pretty tough opposition in Villa, City and Liverpool. Pretty much all the games they've held their own and defensively been really good. In this one again, held their own. And I'll be really disappointed though in the way they conceded the goals. I mean, the first one, Ross Barkley, I mean, this guy is one of the best strikers of the ball when it comes to outside the box in the Premier League. Honestly, this guy only scores bangers. 0.08 XG his shot. It was an absolute rocket, but it was poor. Unlucky from Vestergaard who headed it out, but then no one goes down to close him down, and he drills it in. And then the Leon Bailey one, I mean, James Justin, he got 4.9, completely deserved, because that was absolutely horrific from him. Absolutely horrific right at the end of the game as well. A bit of game management, that's really all you need. Don't know what on earth he is doing, and he completely cost his team there potentially a point, which would have been so good for them and their confidence. But overall, Leicester's performance was pretty good, and Villa get the job done, get the victory. Wasn't the greatest performance, but they deserved to win. Leon Bailey was a really nice moment for him. Getting on the score sheet, he's had a really, really tough season, so hopefully he can kick on this year, and this can sort of ignite his season, because he has really, really struggled, and I think this door Villa are going to sign someone to sort of replace him, so maybe this goal might make them think twice a little bit about that. But well done to Villa. Okay, here we go again. Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 1. Goals from Cole Palmer and Jean-Philippe Mateta. Oh man. Right, we're doing this again. You know the format by now. I've done this for like the last 3 videos now when I've done these, because we've dropped points in stupid fashion in all of them. Let me get Palace out the way, and then I will talk about Chelsea. Right, so Palace, a pretty good performance. It was a pretty good performance from Palace. I think they deserved to get a goal in this, and they created plenty of chances in this one. I mean, here, 13 shots, 6 shots on target, 2 big chances. It did feel at points like it was just not going to be their day in front of goal. Like, they missed some real big sillies. I think Eze, if I can try and find it here, had one which was really, really bad. It might have been this one. No, surely not, but I think it's, there we go, 0.3 XG. It was a real siller, and it did feel like it was not going to be their day. First half was pretty poor from Palace, but they really improved in the second half, caused us lots of problems, and eventually got the goal in the end. We can see the difference here. First half only 0.11 XG, just 4 shots, but then the second half 0.97 XG, 9 shots, 5 on target. Much better in the second half, and managed to get a point, which is a very good point for them, a really good point for them, and well done to them. Right then, Chelsea, so it's more drop points, but this one, you see, at least the performance was good, that's all I'm going to say, but it's like, this was like last season all over again. I said it versus Ipswich, and it's a worrying trend that is starting to happen, because I know I saw this all of last season, and now it's starting to creep into this team. I don't like it. First half, absolutely dominant, absolutely superb. I can't really fault the first half, except we didn't put our second half come out and just absolutely awful. I mean, yeah, look at that, Palace in every metric just far better than us in the second half. Far better. We still did have our chances, to be fair, in that second half, but I mean, yeah, it was so poor. Really poor. Shout out to Jadon Sancho, I guess, who did have an amazing assist, and that was a really nice goal. But wow, I mean, Nicholas Jackson, jeez, this guy, I mean, 4 shots, 0.45 xg. That's kind of misleading because this guy had some really good chances, could not put them away at all, and we got punished. Late on. The game management was poor. You know. Oh God, I have so many things going through my head right now, which I want to get through. Right, let me try to structure this. Firstly, Josh Ajimbong was really good. I thought it was really solid considering he's playing his first ever Premier League game and he's starting at centre back, not his natural position. Well done to him. He put in a pretty decent shift. And I thought most players in the first half were pretty good. But we didn't put our chances away. We did not put our chances away, and that is really frustrating. Second half, yeah, it wasn't the best, but still we had chances. We didn't put them away. Palmer, I know people are gonna sort of clown him and say, oh, you know, is that fault for the goal? He did lose the ball, correct. But I'm not gonna sit here and clown or, you know, say, oh, Palmer, why are you losing the ball there? Because Palmer should have had 2 assists and a goal in this, 2 more goals in this game. He created a lot of chances, put us in some really good positions. Yeah, we just kept messing up in the final third. And he also had a chance where Neto gets down the line, cuts it back. It should be an easy cut back for Palmer, and he overcooks it. Like, Palmer did enough to get us at least 2 goals. That wouldn't have even mattered. So I'm not going to sit here and start cutting Palmer out. But then, yeah, game management was a little bit poor. This is a thing as well. The midfield, Enzo and Caicedo have been superb, and they were really good in this game. But the problem is these guys have been playing 90 minutes every single game because for some reason Maresca does not want to play anybody else in that midfield besides these 2. Lavier's of course injured, but I'm sorry. We signed Kieran Dewsbury Hall in the summer. We paid like 30 million for him. Why is he not playing? Well, these guys were clearly out on their feet towards the last 10 minutes. And, you know, Enzo was like pushing up high, gets caught out easily. We need somebody to come in there and just give us some legs in that midfield. Please, we need somebody to rotate with these guys because these guys are having to do so much on their own that they simply cannot do it. But yeah, it's frustrating. I think that is now 4 games without a win. And I mean, the title race is completely done, but we are well and truly now in a top 4 race, which is very frustrating. Our buffer is completely gone. We're only 1 point ahead of Newcastle now, and yeah, we need to sort it out. We really need to sort this out, and I'm hoping, luckily there's an FA Cup break, give us some time to reset and hopefully go again, because yeah, not been good enough this winter for us. Manchester City 4, West Ham 1, goals from Vlad Guval, 2 from Erling Haaland, Phil Foden and Nicholas Fulkrug. So Manchester City get another win under their belt. Slow baby steps for them. It was another pretty good performance from them as well, and slowly getting back to their best here. Yeah, it was pretty good. Savinho was very good in this game as well. Another back-to-back, he was very good versus Leicester, and this one as well. Back-to-back good performances is really encouraging. Erling Haaland as well, grabbing a brace, and was very clinical, very composed for his second goal in particular. I mean, yeah, you just give this guy service, he will score, so that's good. Overall, it was a pretty decent performance by City, although I do think the scoreline slightly flattered them. Like West Ham actually caused them quite a few problems. I mean, look at that, they actually had more shots than them. They had the same amount of big chances, but West Ham just couldn't put them away. And they actually very early on had some really, really good chances. If I can try and find it, which almost maybe could have actually changed the game. I think it was this one. Mohamed Kudus had a really good chance early on, which didn't pull away. They were catching out City on that counter attack a couple good times. Couldn't put them away. Man City get the goal, but of a freak one from a foul, own goal, and then from there West Ham heads just drop and yeah. But I mean, again, it wasn't a vintage performance by City, but it was a better performance. Of course, Leicester and West Ham, two really bad teams, can't read too much into that, but it's nice for the confidence, isn't it? It's nice for the confidence for Haaland to get a brace, Foden getting a goal. It's good for them. West Ham, I mean, yeah, Lopetegui, surely it's only a matter of time before this guy goes. Back-to-back drubbings, 5-0 versus Liverpool, 4-1 here. I will say this performance, as I said, wasn't as bad maybe as the scoreline suggests, but still, it's not good. Nicholas Falkirk, I will say shout out to him, did manage to score a goal, and overall was actually pretty good in this game. Same with Somerville on the counter, really nice, but defensively, West Ham are absolutely abysmal, aren't they? Absolutely abysmal. Probably the worst team. Actually, maybe Southampton beat them to that. Defensively in the league. And yeah, I think Lopetegui, surely he's got to go now. Well, speaking of the worst team defensively in the league, Southampton 0, Brentford 5. Goals from Kevin Schroeder, 2 from Brian Mbeumo, Keane Lewis Potter, and Johan Visser. Yeah, Brentford absolutely annihilate Southampton here. I mean, it wasn't even close. 4.46 XG. That is crazy from Brentford. Battered them 11 big chances. Yeah, this was one of the worst performances I think I've ever seen from a team. Literally all 5 goals pretty much were all individual errors and could have been prevented. The first goal was an absolute disgrace. They lose about 3 50-50s. I think James Bree, Ugochukwu, Aribo all lose 50-50s, and then they score the second goal for Brian Mbeumo one. What happened there? I think that's the one where Harwood Bellis just tries to chest it down and just completely messes up. Give away a penalty. The fourth one. Oh, honestly, there were so many errors I can't even remember. All I remember as well in particular was the last one. I mean, Sugawara, jeez. Harwood Bellis just whacks it for absolutely no reason, gives it straight to them. Sugawara just heads it straight into Johan Visser, who's through on goal. It was a demolition from Brentford. Southampton made it so easy for them, so it was kind of hard to read into how, if this was more Brentford being great or Southampton being bad. I'm leaning towards more Southampton being bad here. I do actually feel bad for Ivan Schulich because, as I said, pretty much all of the goals were just absolute capitulations at the back, which you can't really do too much about. So, yeah, I do feel a bit bad for him, and yeah, Southampton, honestly, it might be over for them. It might be over for them. Brentford, I mean, great result for them. Brian Mbeumo grabbing a brace, fantastic, and a really nice second goal, well taken, or first goal rather. Yeah, well done to Brentford, first away win of the season as well, and doing it in emphatic style. I think they, gone for a little bit of a tough spell recently, so really good to get the confidence up with a win like that. Brighton 1, Arsenal 1, goals from Joao Pedro and Ethan Nwaneri. So a controversial draw here. Arsenal dropping points in the title race to Brighton. Now, of course, let's talk about this Joao Pedro penalty. Everyone's talking about it. Was it a penalty? Was it not? The way I see it is, it's strange. It's strange because, I've never ever seen a penalty given for that reason. I've never seen a penalty be given for that reason. Saliba and Pedro going up for a header. Saliba mistimes it, hits Pedro. He gives it as a pen. Like, I don't think I've seen that, to be honest. But that being said, I do see them giving us fouls when they're like, from like a goal kick. If a keeper whacks it up, Saliba and Pedro go up for a header, and Saliba, doesn't get the ball, whacks Pedro. I do see that sometimes, quite often actually giving us a foul. So, yeah, it's a tough one, but I think it's extremely harsh, and yeah, I wouldn't give it as a penalty. But obviously Arsenal fans that's gonna be the main talking point, and Arsenal fans gonna be very angry about that. But Brighton deserved at least a point. Arsenal were not great in this game. Brighton more than deserved at least a point. They were very, very good, particularly in the second half here. So Arsenal, honestly, I think even if that penalty didn't happen, Arsenal probably dropped points anyway, because Brighton created a lot of good chances, got in some really good areas, but it was just that final pass, that final ball, which was poor. Even Henry did manage to score a goal. I think that's his first Premier League goal, maybe. I don't know. Actually, I might be able to check. Oh well. But that was a nice moment for him. But yeah, as I said, first half, look, yeah, Arsenal had a better side, but second half, look at that, 0.97 XG, 5 shots, 3 shots on target, 2 big chances. And, these stats are kind of misleading because Brighton got into a lot of those positions where, in great crossing positions, when the cross is just off or 2v1 situation, and then they'll just mess it up, that pass. So Brighton actually played really well, caused Arsenal some real problems, and Arsenal were actually kind of lucky that we didn't lose this game in the end. Again, Arsenal had some chances, but didn't really cut open Brighton through open play that often. A lot of their chances through set pieces yet again. So yeah, it wasn't really the best performance from Arsenal. As I said, obviously we're going to be mad about the pen, but I think the broader performance wasn't the best from Arsenal, and they didn't really deserve to win this anyways. So yeah, more dropped points in the title race. Luckily for them, Liverpool, as we'll get on to, did drop points as well, but this was really an opportunity, I guess, to capitalise on that. So yeah, not the best, and Arsenal, the way they're playing, the performances, makes me think they're probably not going to win this title. Next up, Fulham 2, Ipswich 2, 2 goals from Raul Jimenez, Sammy Smodics and Liam Delap. Yeah, this was a pretty crazy game. This game was literally just filled with a bunch of penalties and controversies and fouls. Like, there were so many. Fulham actually could have had a lot more than 2 penalties. They had quite a few. Where Ipswich, I mean, these guys were playing dirty. 14 fouls committed. They were fouling Fulham all game and just going crazy with the fouls. They were lucky they didn't get a red card as well. Harry Wilson, I mean, this guy, I felt bad for him. I think he got very angry in the end. This guy got fouled about like 500 times. Yeah, he won one of the penalties. It might tell me here actually. Yeah, he was fouled twice, but I mean, yeah, this guy lost his head because he was getting so angry with the penalty appeals and all of that. But it was pretty crazy. 3 penalties in one half, 2 for Fulham, 1 for Ipswich. All 3, I don't think you can really argue against. They were all penalties, to be honest. Pretty clear cut. Raul Jimenez put them both away successfully. Liam Delap put his away. I mean, Liam Delap, jeez man, this guy probably has the, I know they can sort of measure these things, I don't know if they have, but this guy definitely has the hardest shot in the Prem. Like, this guy's shot power, if it was on FIFA, it'll be like 100. This guy's crazy shot power. You absolutely blast it in, but yeah, in the end, Fulham draw late on. Ipswich will be disappointed that they drop points in that fashion late on to a pen, but a point away at Craven Cottage is a pretty good result for them. Recently, performances have been pretty good. They've been picking up results, so yeah, I think they'll Lisandro Martinez and Amad Diallo. So this was, first I'll say, as a neutral watching this, I was semi-neutral to be honest. It was a little bit of a hate watch, but as a neutral, great watch, a real entertaining game, back and forth. Honestly, I had no idea who was going to win it at the end. In stoppage time, both teams had chances end to end. Yeah, I was honestly off on the edge of my seat watching that. It was absolutely superb, and yeah, I really enjoyed watching that. Although I'm sure for both teams they maybe didn't enjoy that because that was nail-biting stuff at the end. Particularly for Liverpool fans who, yeah, that was not good. You see, I always find it stupid when people come into these games. Everyone's coming into this like, oh, it's going to be like 5, 6, 7-0 Liverpool. Look how bad United are. Honestly, it was never going to be like that. It was never going to be like that. Yeah. And to be honest, I thought Liverpool were going to win. I thought they were going to do it fairly comfortably, but I did expect United to pull up a fight, and I didn't expect United to get a point. So well done to United, who arguably were the better side in this one, honestly. And they probably should have won it at the end. I mean, let me try and pull it up. Mr. Harry Maguire, oh man, a legend of this channel, did not do me brows. Absolutely skies his chance at the end. And I mean, that would have been scenes, oh my days, if Harry Maguire scored the winner in the 97th minute at Anfield to win 3-2. Oh gosh, this would be a very different video. Anyways, United fans should be very proud of that performance and their team. Honestly, it's been a very hard, time being a United fan, of course, but this was a great performance. It wasn't like United as well just sort of sat back, absolutely parked the bus, and then got a lucky break. United tried to take the game to Liverpool at points. They tried to go for it at 2-2. They were trying to go ahead and get a winner. Liverpool had their chances, of course, and that's going to happen with Liverpool being the team they are. But United, all those players worked so hard. They worked so hard, and they never gave up. And well, yeah, they can be really happy with that performance as a collective, as a team, as a unit. It was probably the first time whole season where this United team have actually looked like a team, and actually functioning on all the same page. So yeah, they can be super happy with that, and hopefully for United fans, this will be some sort of confidence booster. This will be some sort of building block. They can go ahead and start to really build momentum from here. If they go ahead and who is their next game? Oh god, it's Arsenal in the FA Cup. Okay, in the league, who is it? Okay, yeah. This is the perfect example. If they go ahead and drop points at home versus Southampton, this result means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing. But maybe this could be the one where it's like, okay, the players and the fans both get that buy-in, like, okay, Amrim's system can work if we do implement it correctly, if we do, do the right things, follow it, we can get results like this, and it'll give people confidence that we are going in the right direction here, and maybe we'll improve them. So, yeah, well done to United. Obviously, they're not going to be celebrating points, but they should be happy and pleased with this. They should be happy and pleased, given the way United are, going to Liverpool in 2025 away from home and getting a point is a really good result for them. I know you can say in the comments, how the mighty have fallen, and yeah, it's pretty funny, but still, that's a fantastic result, and well done to them. Now, as for Liverpool, oh boy, is this the start of the downfall? You see, United, remember last season, FA Cup, United pretty much started the downfall. Liverpool were on for a quadruple, they were doing so well. They go to Old Trafford thinking they're going to comfortably win, they take the lead, and then, bang, they lose, and their season absolutely capitulated after that. the start of it. I mean, I'm probably reaching there, but who knows? It'll be interesting how Liverpool react after this, because this was a bad performance by their standards. By their standards, this was a bad performance. Forget the XG here. This is kind of misleading because they had a penalty here. They created chances. I thought, particularly sort of like in the first sort of 20 minutes or so, they had some decent chances. Like Gagba had a good one and that, but this honestly felt like a Jurgen Klopp game. Not a lot of control, not a lot of discipline, calmness in the Liverpool team, which we've sort of associated with an Arne Slot side this season. Only 53% possession kind of highlights it. That's possession isn't everything, but I think that epitomises what happened in this game. Liverpool never really got a grasp, never really controlled the game in the way they have been doing all season. Like the midfield, I mean, McAllister was great, but Curtis Jones was really bad. Gravenberch was okay, but there were so many gaps they were getting cut through really, really easy, particularly in that second half. Trent Alexander-Arnold really, really poor defensively in this one. Robertson, again, fairly poor defensively as well. Particularly for that goal. Amad Diallo, again, back post. Luis Diaz didn't really do anything in the attack. I mean, Mo Salah, cool, you scored your penalty, but in 90 minutes, for someone who's meant to be the best player in the world, I'm expecting you to do something more than just score a penalty when you come up against Diego Dalot. Like, honestly, Mo Salah, like the way, obviously he's a great player, but I'm expecting you to do something here. I'm expecting you to, when your team is 1-0 down against Man United at home, I expect you to say, listen, give me the ball, I'm going to dribble past 2-3 players here, and I'm just going to put this team on my back. Did not do that. No, I'm not saying a certain Eden Hazard would do that. I'm joking before you Liverpool fans absolutely kill me. Well, I'm semi-joking, but like, Salah, I'm expecting more from you given your standards. I'm expecting you to do something in this game, and he didn't do it. But yeah, look, Liverpool, to be honest, I think they'll actually be pretty happy in the end. They escaped with a point, which is pretty mad to say, given the form of these two teams, but still, I think the fact that Arsenal dropped points is very, very good for Liverpool. I'm also going to see how Liverpool react after this is the important thing. Is this maybe, fatigue selling into this team? Is it, I don't know, maybe, who knows? We'll see what happens, but it wasn't the best performance from Liverpool. It wasn't the best performance. Right then, we will move on then to some awards. So, let's talk Player of the Week. So, to be honest, I don't actually think there was any amazing players this week. Footmoth sort of gave it around here. I'm saying Brian Mbeumo. Brian Mbeumo scored a brace, but I can't really. Savinho, shout out to him. I can't really think of anyone who was absolutely exceptional. Get in the comments below if you disagree. Worst player, I do have some suggestions. Trent was not the best. Curtis Jones was not the best. Quite a few Liverpool players weren't great. James Justin for absolutely throwing away that lead for Leicester, that point. But I have to just give it to the entire Southampton defence. I mean, that was abysmal. Worst refereeing decision, we had a lot of good nominees here. We got the Gordon goal being allowed. We got the Dan Burn red card handball. The Joao Pedro penalty for Brighton. We also, I forgot to mention it, in the Bournemouth Everton game, Mangala should have been given, or Adara should have been given a penalty. Mangala tried to clear the ball, literally just kicked him in the stomach. Did not get the ball at all. But I'm going to go for the Dan Burn red card. I mean, the guy literally went into a tackle with both his arms out, like he was about to go into a star jump or something. I don't know what on earth was going on there. Anyway, the moment of the week, we had some good ones here. The Bournemouth goal was a really nice one. I Jackson disaster class, rolling back the years. But look, I have to go for one man. I mean, Harry Maguire, that miss at the end, jeez. Anyways, here is the Premier League table. So yeah, Liverpool are 6 points clear of Arsenal. Forest, as we're recording, haven't played versus Wolves, but they can actually close the gap and also go to 6 points within Liverpool. Newcastle just 1 point away from Chelsea now. City only 2 points away from. I mean, jeez, Man City have been abysmal, only 2 points away from us. Anyways, I mean, Bournemouth only 3 points away from us. Villa, Fulham creeping in there as well. Spurs and United still in the bottom half, although Man United have moved up 1 place. Ipswich are now only goal difference away from getting out of the bottom 3, and Everton are only 1 point away from the relegation zone. So there we go, that is the game week review. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you have